You know, some days I wake up and I'm not even sure what city I'm in. I've been doing so much travel for my work in small business advocacy and networking. I've been, so far in the month of June, I've been in 12 cities, and it's been a wild experience. I'm thrilled to have on the line Alan Gerstner, who is the travel doctor. He's the one that knows probably more about how to travel, both for fun and in business, productively, so it doesn't become a headache or a nightmare. And I'm just thrilled to have you on the phone, Alan. Thanks for joining us on Get Down to Business.
How are you today, Shalom?
Fantastic, Alan. So, Alan, as people travel for business, what are some of those tools that people can take advantage of so they can perhaps save some time as they wait in lines?
Well, you know as well as I do that traveling for business can get old real quick. Especially the long lines at airports today and the hassles just to get on and off an airplane. But the TSA and Customs, U.S. Customs and Border Control have programs that can help the frequent traveler move through the airport quicker. You've probably seen, if you've traveled, at most airports today, most of the larger airports, when you're coming through security, there's a sign that says TSA, and it's got a green check next to it. It's TSA pre-check. And you'll see that there's somebody standing there from TSA that's directing people either to one line or the other. And you'll notice that the TSA pre-check line is a lot smaller than the hordes of people in the regular security line.
So why isn't everyone doing it?
Well, there's a process, and the process is you have to fill out an application if you want to use the global entry form. Now, I talk to people about the global entry because global entry is good for domestic and international. And if you've ever traveled internationally, you know that when you're on the plane, you got to fill out a form, customs and immigration form, and then you got to wait in line, and you got to go through the customs interview, and then out to get your bags. Well, the global entry, you fill out a form online through the U.S. Customs and Border Protection website. Go to the global entry part, fill out the form. There's a $100 fee for the background check. Once you're initially accepted, you go to a local screening area in Chicago. It's at O'Hare in the international terminal. And a customs agent will interview you, ask you questions, and then if you pass that, your fingerprints are taken, photos taken, and they then mail you a global entry card, which is an identification card which you can use to go through security. Now, this is known as a trusted or known traveler number. And probably when you've been making reservations to get on an airplane, you'll see in the reservation it says known traveler number. And a lot of people don't know what that is. Well, it's part of the global entry program or the TSA pre-check program. Now, the TSA pre-check program is just domestically, and you don't get a card, and it doesn't help you through customs. That is $85 a year, and it's through the TSA site, through their website.
Alan, this is huge. This can save the folks that are listening to our show that might be traveling, well, both for business and personal vacations, so much time, such a valuable resource. So, Alan, how did you develop this expertise in becoming the travel doctor, as I called you before? You must travel a lot for fun, some business?
Well, I've been in the travel industry for 40 years. I've lectured to groups, travel agency groups, hospitality groups through the years. And I've also taught automation systems for the travel industry.
That's so much fun. So, Alan, where's your favorite place to travel to?
Well, I'm a real cruiser. I love to cruise. I just got back from Alaska. I was up in Ketchikan and Skagway and Juneau, and it was actually very, very nice. We actually didn't have any night up in Skagway. It went to dusk around midnight, stayed that way for about an hour, and then the sun just rose, and by 2 o'clock in the morning, it was like it was 8 o'clock in the morning here.
You're getting me jealous. So, Alan, a lot of our listeners travel, like myself, for business. I often get on a plane in the morning, come back at night, and literally just have meetings in between. But in places like Orlando, San Antonio, Anaheim, they're beautiful cities. Do you have any tips for sort of catching a little bit of the fun in between some of the travel?
Well, what I like to do is I like to take a look at Yelp reviews on the web. There are a number of travel apps that I have on my phone. Around Me is a great app that you can use. It shows you things around you, restaurants, nightclubs, theaters. I was in Phoenix, Arizona not too long ago, and I was looking for the closest theater around me, and I found that there was one 3 blocks away by just going to my phone, and then it showed me what movies were playing there. So that helps. If you use your smartphone, it's your best friend when you travel. I have found that over the years, as the phones got better, and there's more apps that have been developed for it, it has made my life a lot easier in traveling around the world. I'm
tapping away on my iPad right now, downloading those apps. I'm going to have fun the next time I travel for business. So, Alan, and what's your favorite and your least favorite airports in the United States?
My least favorite airport is Dallas-Fort Worth. It's terrible. It's so big and laid out a strange way. It can take you all day to get from one end to the other. So if you're transferring at Dallas-Fort Worth from one airline to another airline, it can take you an hour to transfer. So you want to stay away from Dallas if you can. My favorite airports, the smaller airports, are nice. Orlando is laid out very well, and I've enjoyed going in and out of Orlando Airport, where they have that center building, and you can get from that center building to most of the satellite areas. So it's laid out well, and Disney has also done a very good job of making the airport very happy.
Absolutely. And unsolicited, but I've been traveling a lot, so this is at the tip of my tongue. I absolutely hate New York's LaGuardia Airport. I think it's just absolutely awful. I think it's like the chairs are just chairs that are waiting to be retired, and I think they're like on their way to the dumpster when they bring them to the airport. I've never plugged my cell phone into an outlet that actually plugged in and that actually powered up. It's just incredible. And Honolulu is beautiful because they actually have trees. It's actually sort of like you're outdoor, but you're actually indoor. It's just a fantastic feeling. So, Alan, the travel doctor, how can people get in touch with you if you want to learn more about some of your a lot of advice that you have for business and vacation travelers?
Well, if they want to send me an email, they can send an email to Travel Doctor, TravelDoctor 3, Travel Doctor 3 at Comcast.net, and I can forward a blog that is in the process of being written. So I won't give out the URL just yet, but if they send me an email, I'll forward the URL to them, and they can read all about tips and tricks that I have had over the years.
There you have it. Alan Gerstner, the Travel Doctor, Travel Doctor 3 at Comcast.net. And maybe if you're lucky and if you're nice, Alan will even show you some pictures of his recent cruise to Alaska. It was a lot of fun. Get Down to Business is brought to you in part by Everett Wealth Solutions, a registered investment advisor and financial planning firm, a fiduciary advisor that helps you create your personal wealth. Find them at everettwealthsolutions.com or call 708-771-7777, 708-771-7777. Alan, thanks for joining us on the show. After the break, we're going to be talking more small business, jobs, and entrepreneurship.